What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. I've done some 2K videos before, but today we're talking about streaming. I am Clamp Squad. I stream on Twitch every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you are ready for how you are going to start streaming. Let's get right into it. Before we jump into the first tip, I just want to give you a reason to listen to me, basically. Like, this kid's just not randomly out here just doing it because it's a fun idea. I'm trying to bring value to my own community that I've built. Not that I'm crazy successful. I'm not full-time. I'm part-time. But I do know that a lot of these videos that are out there are kind of old. And also, this platform is changing so much every single day and every month as it goes on. So the older the video is, the less helpful it becomes almost. And I've also, nobody's talked to me about these tips. I've got some that are definitely covered on other videos, but I've definitely got some that nobody really kind of explained to me, as I was mainly a console player before I switched over to PC and joined this amazing community on this platform. Let's jump into number one. And obviously I kind of battled myself with what is the most important thing to do. And these are some of the things I wish I did sooner as a streamer. But first thing I want you to do is set that schedule. And yes, everybody tells you it, but nobody's going to show up. You can't expect people to show up if they don't know when you're streaming. That is so obvious and like such an easy fix. Yes, everybody wants to be able to just get online and have 4,000 people watching them, but that's endgame. Like, you got to think where you're at right now and what's realistic. Like, if nobody knows when you're going to go live, they don't know if they should schedule around it. Like, people schedule around streamers. Like, it's not necessarily me. I don't want to imply that I have people scheduling themselves around my schedule, but I do know that if they know when I'm streaming and I'm streaming at that time at a consistent basis, they're going to be able to maybe, hey, I'm not doing anything. Maybe this guy's streaming. He usually does it this time. It's not necessarily they'll always schedule around you, but if they want to be there when you're streaming, if they enjoy your content, they will be there at that time, and you are giving them the opportunity to be there by streaming at the same times every week, or at least having a plan. Harder to do than it is to say, I suppose. I don't think it's that hard, so I've never really understood it. I do get people have different schedules, but I'm a personal trainer and I have one of the most random schedules there could be. I don't have a day shift every day. I don't have a night shift every day. I'm very mixed up, and clients' schedules change all the time, but my schedule changes with them, and I make sure that the stream community that I have knows when I'm going live. Whether that be an hour in advance, even like the smallest amount of heads up, if you have, in the next tip, I'm going to tell you why, but in your Discord or Twitter, what other social media or community platform you have, if you have that set up and you could shoot a text or a post out like 2 hours before, 3 hours before, just letting people know when you're going live that day, if it's random and it's not on your schedule, that'll do you wonders too. Number two. So the second thing, I almost made it number one, but I want you to get the webcam. And these are probably the two most obvious tips, or the most talked about tips, but nobody is going to watch you if you don't have a webcam unless you are a top tier gamer. And that is just, I'm going to go over this quickly because I don't want to waste time on it. But if you are not like in League of Legends, if you're not challenger and you don't have a screen, if you don't have a webcam, nobody's watching that. Nobody's interested in low-level gameplay with no personality in it, you know? And I'm not saying just because you're not using your webcam or you don't have a webcam, you don't have a personality, but they can't see it. They can't interact with your body language. They can't react with your emotions and see your reactions to everything. So basically, there's just no personality there. Unless you're a stand-up comedian, you can make people laugh 24/7 with your voice, which I wish I was, and I was able to do that, but I find myself rather funny, and I'm not able to do that. So I don't think it's necessarily the most realistic goal to stream without a webcam. And even if you're self-conscious, Twitch and Mixer, yes, there's some trolls, but it's honestly a very welcoming community, and surprisingly. So definitely just go and get a webcam. They're cheap. I'll link some down below that you can get. So get a webcam. They're not the hardest. It's not the hardest thing to do. And once you get over it, you'll realize that you'll enjoy streaming more as well, because you could react to the camera and you know people are seeing you on the other side, and your growth will improve as well. All right, number three. So this is one that I didn't get told early on. I made my community when I was on Xbox, and then I switched over to PC for obvious reasons and needs. So you need to make a Discord. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You should start the Discord the day you start streaming, even if you are on Xbox or PS4 or any platform. You need a Discord. That's a place for you to post content like YouTube videos. You can post a topic of the day, is what is big in my community. You have general chat, say good morning, say good night. This is all a culture that I had no idea about when I started, and I really wish I knew beforehand. Because once you start your own Discord and you invite everybody into it and whatnot, if you want to help other people stream as well, like, yes, you don't want to just have self-promotion, follow for follow type of stuff, but you really do want to have a community where you can interact and connect with other streamers. And a Discord is a place for you to do all of those things. Once you start your own Discord, you can kind of link up with other streamers and play games together. And that is what brings me on to number 4, I believe. I'm getting Alzheimer's already, but number 4, you need to have games with other streamers. People of the same size. Don't try to go and find someone who's 10,000 followers when you're at 100 and try to play a game with them, because obviously it's not equally beneficial. You're a parasite at that point, and he's the biggest body. You need to both be benefiting the same amount from what you're doing. And even if it's a friend, maybe you have a friend who streams. You don't know. People do this stuff and they don't talk about it. Nobody from my IRL life really knows about my channel too much, some close friends and whatnot. But I wanted to organically grow this community, so I know that I was earning everything I was given. You know what I mean? If I told my IRL people, I feel like I would have like 50 to 100 followers right off the bat, and I wouldn't really be able to gauge my own success. Now I know, because I didn't tell that many people in IRL that I had a Twitch channel. This is a very much earned community that I have, and earned ability to stream and do what I love to do on here. But back to streaming with other players. I just, honestly, maybe 2 weeks ago, I learned this because I watched somebody else do it, and I didn't even think about how beneficial it could be to my own community and linking up with another community that way. But I watched DJ Sphinx. DJ Sphinx, he's gonna be so tight about that, bro. DJ Simph and Daydreamer Damn, 2 streamers. I'm going to link them in the bottom of this video as well. 2 amazing people and amazing streamers, obviously. But they were both playing Resident Evil, I believe, when I first realized. I'm like, yo, these 2 are just both so wholesome and nice to each other. Like, I checked out both of them immediately, and all of their communities just merged like that. So then me and DJ ended up being around the same level. And he probably is a little bit bigger than me, but he's just a super nice guy, and we vibe and we really can connect. So me and him were playing Warzone or Siege, whatever it may be, and we're both just talking about the other streamer and shouting each other out in each other's text box. Jesus, boomer. In each other's chat boxes, and we're just having a lot of fun and going back and forth, and I think that really creates a wholesome and happy, fun stream, as opposed to you just playing games by yourself. So I really would recommend you doing number 4 and finding someone at the same level and streaming with them. Number 5. Okay, so I didn't know about this, and I'm kind of pissed at everybody I met early on about this. And maybe it didn't come out, but I'm pretty sure it's been out for a while. So free overlays and panels. You need to get your panels done fast and your overlay and have it look as professional as possible. And how do you do that if you don't have a lot of money? I have a link down below. It's Nerd or Die. They have a free custom Twitch panel maker, and you could have any panels you want. You could upload a custom emblem on each one, and those look very, and my worry at first was very generic, but I would rather have a generic panel and look official on my page than have no panels. For one, you need panels, guys. And also, I would rather have them look generic, I guess. You can customize them however you want. They do look a little generic to me personally, but it's a lot of money to get like Twitch packages on Fiverr and going through graphic designers. You would be much better off learning how to do it yourself. I'm not saying the product would be as good as if you hired out like someone on Fiverr or a graphic designer, but you're learning these skills so then you can start to do your own thing. So I started with Canva, is a graphic design platform online or program. It's all web-based, and you can get that for like I think $14 a month and try it out if you want to start to learn how to do panels and whatnot. Watch some YouTube videos. I'm sure there's a bunch of tutorials on how to do it, but I would recommend you learn how to make your own panels just because you can create them however you want. and then eventually get to wherever you want. But this is this is a resource for you to have that gives you a free however many panels you want, and you can make them however you want. And I think that's a great place to start for people, because you really do need panels to be effective out here. If you don't have panels, it doesn't really look like you're taking the Twitch thing seriously, and that's something you need to do. You need to take this as serious as a job. Not that it's as boring or as not fun. Excuse me, streaming is super fun, but you need to put in some work on the back end. You can't just hit the stream button and then boom, affiliate, boom, partner. Like, you need to put in work on other platforms and on that platform especially, and in order to be successful in this community or platform, whatever you want to call it. And I think panels, huge. Webcam, huge. Making your own Discord, connecting with people and playing with them. These are all some fire tips for you. Oh, Jesus, where are we? Number 5? 5 or 6? 5 or 6? And then the next one's going to be 5 or 6, and then we're going to go to 7 because I forget. But I would say switch to the PC as soon as you physically or monetarily can. I find the community on PC is just more supportive of Twitch. I played Siege on Xbox for a year probably, and you know what? I don't really think there's a lot of voice comms in that game. Like, you need voice comms in that game. But on Xbox, I wasn't really getting that much. People are always in a party or whatever. On computer, everybody's using in-game comms. And honestly, fuck it, man. Shout your own channel out. plug it in there, and who knows what could happen. I recommend not putting your name as your channel, or maybe putting your channel name without the TTV at the end, just so people don't stream snipe you, because I've had a lot of issues with that. And realistically, I'm not that great of a gamer, but it definitely happens, and I've had to like kick people out of my chat, and it's not very fun, and you get a little tilted about it. But definitely, I mean, talk about your stream. Don't be embarrassed of it. You're trying to create a community and create something fun for yourself and other people in your community to do. And I don't think that's something to be shameful. I think that's really stupid thought process, because I've gone through it myself and I've gotten over the hump. And don't be obnoxious with it, but like, something I like to do is if I'm in game or somebody says something and I didn't hear them because I was actually talking to my chat, I'll be like, hey, what was that, man? Sorry, I was talking to my chat. And then instantly everybody in the server usually will be like, oh, word, you streaming? And then they'll ask you something like, oh, how many followers or how many viewers you got? And if you're at a midpoint in your stream where you actually have people, or even if you're at a low point, like, people are supportive, they'll either be supportive or you mute them. Like, that's it. There's not a big risk at that point. And if they're saying some bad stuff, just mute them. You're okay. You'll be okay. Plug your stream in the game, and who knows, man. I've had people who I've played with in game, they join the community, and they're still around today. And I've also had people who come in, they drop their Twitch Prime, and then I never see them again. But hey, you got that Twitch Prime, so it's not that big a deal to do it, and the reward is freaking up here compared to down here. Like, you're not gonna look bad. And even if maybe worst case scenario, nobody answers you in there or something, and you make a joke to chat, and then boom, you got content. So there you go. All right, number 5 or 6 or 7, I'm not even 100% sure at this point. I'll edit it in there, figure it out. Oh, that's freaking room temperature. That's disgusting. We're going to talk about bringing whatever else you are passionate about to your stream. So I'm a personal trainer, as I mentioned in this video. I personally didn't do this at the beginning, and I'm upset at myself for it because I've missed out on a lot of opportunity with other people. So if you don't know, I also do a podcast, link down below. Go check it out. And I didn't bring this into my stream until recently, and I've been streaming for almost a year now. And it's really a shame to me, because I've noticed my numbers going up on my podcast when I started doing this, just because everybody on Twitch is so supportive. So whatever you're doing, even if it's not their thing, like, I feel like people will just support you if they like you. And on the flip, maybe people will come in and support you because of that extra passionate thing you're doing, as in the fitness realm for me. And I can offer other things to my community. So like, I have a tab in my Discord, Discord's linked below. I have a tab in my Discord for fitness and like my podcast and my brand and all of this stuff that I do. So I have that integrated into my Twitch community, and that just, like, I'm very open with everybody in my community, you know? I let them all in because I'm trying to connect with everybody that is a part of my squad, and I appreciate all of y'all for watching the video and hanging out in streams and being in the community and answering all the questions in Discord. And I would just want them to know who I am, because that's all that we're really doing out here on Twitch, is we're connecting with people and growing relationships. And this is just like a huge networking platform. And yes, it's entertainment and content, but I was doing this shit before I was on camera, man. Like when I log into Xbox Live and I hop in a party with friends, I am literally just cracking jokes and having a good fucking time all the time. Having a good time all the time. You know, and yes, you get the rages, but those are funny, and especially if you're recording them and somebody freaking plays it back and you hear yourself talking, it's just a blast, a hoot. Oh, I'm a boomer. Whatever you want to call it, it's a really good time, and I want you to just be as open with your community and bring in other passionate things, other passions of yours into what you offer to the community, and that'll bring you more success with the bigger community or more loyal community as well. 6, 7, or 8, I'm not sure where we're at. And I'll mention it every single tip clearly, as I've done the last 3 or 4. We're going to talk about watching your own streams back, and I believe other people talk about this, and I think it's a really good idea, but I didn't when I first heard it, and I haven't even really done it too much. But it is good to either A, set up a different stream on a different platform like Mixer or YouTube or whatever, and just to be able to hear your audio, or even a second Twitch channel, just any other stream where you could test your audio, test your visuals and things like that, and watch it back. Or watch back one of your old VODs and just see what you're doing wrong. Like, see if there's too much of an air gap. Like, when you lose viewers, see what happens right before it. Or if you are gaining viewers, like, see what's happening there. Pay attention to the stats, pay attention to this stuff. Not to obsess about it, but just to see where you could do better and what you can improve on and what you could do less of. Like, I know for a fact I need to start talking more of my thought process in games, and I've been doing that more lately just to fill some gaps, because not everybody's going to be chatting 100% of the time, you know? Your chat's not always moving. So you still need to be entertaining, because someone could be lurking and maybe about to drop you a follow, and they just see you here breathing on the mic like you just walked up 4 flights of stairs and you can barely figure out what game you're playing. And they don't even know, maybe they don't even know what game you're playing, and they're just waiting for you to explain some stuff, and you're not helpful at all, so they just leave. And that's the like hard truth about this platform, is there's always other people to watch. So you really need to bring something different and bring something special to the table, and not be, I'm not saying you have to like be high energy, high wired all the time, but you need to have something going on for your chat to interact with most of the time. Or you really should thrive for that. All right. Well, that was however many tips I had for you guys. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me in my community. If you're from my community, if you're not and you want to join the community, my Twitch, my Discord, my podcast, my Etsy, my fans only. Just kidding. I don't have Etsy or fans only. I appreciate all of y'all watching this video, and I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please comment them below or hop in that Discord and you can message me directly. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I stream every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I hope to see you in there. If you got any questions, please feel free to join me in chat and ask me all the questions you want. Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Twitch, be there. Finger guns. This is what we do here.